Okay, I'm ready. You guys ready? All right. Welcome here to PL HQ for an all-new episode of State of the League, but this is a special one. It's one of the biggest announcements since we went to market back on October 22nd, 2018. We've just partnered with Ticketmaster. It's the largest partnership in pro lacrosse history, but beyond that, it's what we call an entitlement deal. More to come. What that means, we're now the Premier Lacrosse League, powered by Ticketmaster. First, let me explain what an entitlement means and why it's so advantageous to our business and Ticketmaster's. You very rarely, if ever, see this take place in the team sports model. You also don't see a tour-based business roll out in a traditional team sports model either. What we've done is take best practices in individual sports and marry them with best practices in team. But what we've seen before is a property like the G League, which is modeled off of their partnership with Gatorade. You see the Do Tour in action sports. You've seen NASCAR do a series presented by Sprint Cup and Xfinity. And you've seen the PGA Tour do the FedEx Cup. What that does is it properly marries a lot of the most important marketing assets that are valuable to said brand so that they can drive value to your property and you can deliver a high return back to them. For us, building something like this, as powerful as this in year two, is not only a testament to our growth and to each of you and your support to the PLL, but I think it indicates the innovative direction that we want to continue to hit on building the sport of the future. So in addition to not only seeing the Premier Lacrosse League powered by Ticketmaster everywhere, there are also a couple of additional valuable marketing assets that Ticketmaster is now taking a part of. The first is our Premier Zone. So 90% of fans all over the country last year, when they attended games, they would filter through our sponsorship row and our games on site, interacting with players and all of our partners. That was the Premier Zone. We had DJs and a beer garden, live music. That's now flipping to the Ticketmaster Premier Zone. And the reason why is twofold. One is that they're going to amplify its presence on each of our locations. But two, as part of our ticketing platform, we're driving a lot of value through the TM app. So it's going to be encouraged along a lot of our attendees to download the app so not only can you access the tickets, but you can also access VIP lines and early access to a lot of the offerings we have at the Premier Zone. So now it's the TPZ, the Ticketmaster Premier Zone. RJ is going to run with that one. That's number one. Number two, and interestingly enough, Ticketmaster also loves the in-ear experience and the podcast medium. So they're not only going to be a part of each of our podcast properties, but they came in and said, hey, we want to sponsor the PLL Podcast Studios, which are now being called the Ticketmaster Podcast Studios. And in addition to the naming rights of the league and the Premier Zone, as well as the podcast studios, just like our founding and national partners, Ticketmaster will be woven into our branded content experience, our direct relationship with you all on site and through our social media team, through our production house, as well as our digital and web. I'll say this, Ticketmaster is not just a partner that's being plugged in. They are endemic to what we do. As the Premier Lacrosse League now powered by Ticketmaster, there are two more things I want to share with you. One, shout out to our host, RJ Kaminsky. He actually built some marketing assets leading into this pitch to Ticketmaster that shows, hey, as a company, we've been able to think through something really creative and innovative, driving people to ticket sales in our first year by his tickets down below call.
There are some people out there that don't have PLL tickets.
Aww. I know.
Are you serious? Can you guys help?
Yeah.
You guys can help?
Yeah.
Get your tickets down below.
Tickets down below. Tickets down below.
Also, shout out to Lisa Redmond, who came in and supported that, particularly on the Instagram side.
Swipe up to get your tickets right now.
Now, second and finally, head over to my Instagram page right now, @PaulRabel. I just published a post in partnership with Ticketmaster to consummate this whole thing, where we're giving away 2 round trips and a hotel stay to Boston at Gillette Stadium for opening week 1. What else is included? You get to have dinner with myself and my co-founder, older brother Mike, who's the CEO of the business. You get to attend Atlas practices, which no one else gets to do, and you get to watch all 3 games that weekend from the founder's suite on field. So this is something that you can't access anywhere else, and it's brought to you by Ticketmaster. And that's it. So enjoy. Hopefully you win. And if you don't win, you can definitely still attend the games. We look forward to seeing you there. And a huge crowd as our crowds are going to be bumping all of 2020 thanks to TM. Got it? Thank you.